Welcome back to the podcast. This is episode number 3, season 2
of the Fat Bean.
Fat Bean Pod.
Shout outs.
Love it.
So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This episode is talking about the quality of men. But please wait. I'm not here to try hate train on men. I'm not doing that.
Why are you saying that?
Why?
Giving a disclaimer.
Because people think when I say that I'm trying to say men are trash, men are this, men are that.
Is that what they said?
That's what the chat is all the time. Like men are trash. Oh my gosh, men are this, men are that. Women are bad. Like,
Yeah,
God,
that's your chat.
it's not just my chat. It's like a thing. So the reason why I'm saying this is that like I was in Nigeria recently and I went to a restaurant. And this is what made me realize that the quality of men that I've been dealing with in the spaces that I'm in made me think that all men are like that. Like the quality of men of the ones that send some gay boy, not Bobby Vanko, so don't fry him, but will send a gay boy to say, talk to Nadia and you'll give that gay boy 15,000. And then, oh, for me, you'll give me like 30,000. It's just talk to me. And then after that, it's okay. How much money are you going to give me to go on a date? Okay, I'm going to give you 100,000. You know, things like that have happened. And
very South African culture, yeah?
No, international also.
Yeah, but right now,
we've caught on to it.
Inside.
Yeah, it's inside here now. But even in Nigeria, it's like that. Like the women are not coming out if you're not showing them real coins or something like that. But it was so crazy because I was at this restaurant and I just got a plate of a cheesecake that just said, "You beautiful." You won't believe how that changed my perspective on things. To be like, that guy got the chef to send, or whatever, the waiter, to send me this really cute cheesecake. And I was like, oh my God, I actually forget that there's people that can still do this. There's men that can still try to get my attention without having to give me coins or say, oh, what bottles can I get you in the section? What the hell is happening? You know? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I realized that that person is somebody I didn't meet in the club. And I got this warped idea of the men that I have to deal with now have to be the ones that can technically buy me or impress me with something.
When did you get there?
And I was, no, but like, probably in the last year, honestly, where I was like, actually, I was feeding into it. I was just like, this guy can't talk to me. What has he done for me? Like, you know? Then I started learning something more. And not learning, but saying like, if a guy's sending me bottles in the club, that's not my picking attention. Because a lot of these guys are getting bottles in the club and they're not even paying for them.
Yeah.
They're just doing it like a signage thing and then paying it over time. So that doesn't mean you have money. So that I was just like, oh, if you send me bottles in the club, don't even bother to me because you actually don't have money. That's where I was going. I wasn't thinking of like meeting a nice guy and be like, oh my God, like he's nice, he's sweet. Let me get to know this person. That whole notion became so warped for me because all I would see were niggas trying to get my attention in the club with Ace of Spades. Niggas that are sending boys to come get my number and say, I'll give you 30,000, I'll give you 100,000, I'll do this for you. Please go on a date with me. And I said, okay, this is what men are doing now. So, okay, this is what I'm doing now. And I was like, when this guy sent me that cheesecake, I don't even eat cheesecake, but I ate that cheesecake. It was cute and it was genuine. It was simple.
It's genuine.
And it made me feel so special.
You can tell that this came from a different
really
type of
different
place. Yeah.
And I realized that the niggas that are hitting me up are not those niggas anymore. You
I know which niggas anyway.
The ones that will just send you a cheesecake. The niggas that are hitting me up are saying, dog, I'll give you 100,000. Just tell it to come.
But this is what I'm saying to you, Nadia. All right. And this is what I've been saying. I think at some point in time, and I like what you're saying because I feel like you're taking responsibility.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like to hear it because you teach people how to treat you. Right. You teach people how to treat you.
But I never went out and told the guys they have to give me 100,000 to see them.
You didn't, but you accepted it.
I did. I got to a place where I started accepting it. Yeah.
That is just as good as telling them, give me money.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? That is just as good as saying, give me money. Right? Yeah. And I feel like a lot of girls fall into that trap and they're also like, yeah, but I never said it. Okay, but you accepted it, right? And you accepted it from the first guy. Then you accepted it from the second guy. Then you accepted it from the third guy. So now please look in the mirror and now telling me who I be.
Yeah, but the reason why I accepted it was because I felt like this is the new currency of dating now. I genuinely felt like that.
Who made you feel that?
These niggas that would approach me because that's how they would open the chats. This person that's sending the cheesecake is the first person that has done it like this ever since I lost.
I'm gonna get candid with you. Okay?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get candid. Don't say I'm frying you. Don't get defensive. Don't do that.
I don't know if I can promise that because you
don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Okay. I hear you. Right. But I feel like that is a disservice to yourself.
I know.
Right.
I agree.
When you say that they're the reason why I think like this, it's like, listen, I hope you can be going forward in the future. That shit never comes out your mouth ever again about anything. Because you should always do your own research.
I'm not researching every
No,
nigga.
no, I'm talking about now. Now I'm talking about holistically. About like that's why I said about anything in life.
Yeah.
You can never say, "Oh, but they're the reason why I feel like this about religion." Oh, but did you do it? Did you go on your own journey? Did you go and find God?
No, but be realistic.
saying-
How
saying-
would I?
I'm-
No, let's
I'm
be
making it-
let's
I'm
be
making it a. I'm
general.
making it a. I'm making it a. Oh, how would you, as a human being, right?
I would like it specific with what I'm talking about right now.
But I have
Generalize it is hard.
I'm just saying. I hope.
Because generally with religion, I would.
Listen to me. Don't like I said. I said in the beginning. This don't fight. Don't do that. Just
Okay.
listen. Don't do that.
Okay, I'm
Don't try
listening.
and. Don't try and.
I'm not, but I'm being realistic.
No,
You're
I'm being realistic.
Okay,
And
I'm
I'm
listening.
saying that thinking about anything in life is crazy. And I'm
the same
and,
thing.
and I'm saying about it in anything in life, Nadia, it should always be, I'm doing this because of how I feel, how I think about this. I'm using my own brain. And I'm not saying don't date for money, but date for money because you've thought about it and you're like, I've calculated and actually I love this and this is how I want to do it, right? But that's why I have a problem with you saying, no. I'm like, but who taught you that? And you're like, it's the niggas. I'm like,
But it is. I'm not. I'm
all it is you got multiple niggas coming up to you and doing the same thing, but then you accepted it. So when you accepted it, that was the trigger in your deepest subconscious that made it all right. When you accepted, if you ever have accepted it, but the way you're talking, you sound like you've accepted it.
I did not you. I did accept it.
You did accept it.
Until I was shown something else because I'm a woman. I can't be going on researching niggas and how to get on.
And you shouldn't.
Because the only thing I can go by is the niggas that come to me. No, the niggas that come to me that want my attention.
Yeah, fact.
Because I am a woman. I am meant to be courted. And I realize that these men are courting me in this way more than once. I haven't experienced a person to send me a cheesecake and say, you're beautiful. And then come up later and say, can I have your number?
So now you're realizing that, this option exists.
That actually, because I realized I was serving myself with very low vibrational men. I realized that it was on very low vibrational.
Why do you think you were giving space to those kind of men?
Because of the spaces I was in. The spaces I am in, where I actually work. So when they're sitting in Ace of Spaces, because the first time they see me is at the club because that's how I'm working.
Yeah, but because you've been working there, doesn't that mean nothing to you? Or
no, because I never was that type of person that was getting bottles into them until recently because this culture has changed. I would go to the club and I'd have my own rider. There wouldn't be a nigga that's sending me Ace of Spades or 1942. It wasn't like that when I was in the game that much. You know what I mean? So now it's completely shifted because that's how niggas communicate with a hun. Honestly, they don't communicate. They don't communicate directly. It's either the Ace of Spades or gay boy that you're friends with. 100%. That is how they communicate.
But that's some ass shit. So as a woman, right, if you got this from a guy, wouldn't your immediate reaction be like, damn, this nigga's a simp ass guy? Like, this nigga must be weak mentally, somewhere in his mind or somewhere in life. He must be weak.
Can I say something?
So then it's for.
So you will say that because you're a man, because you won't do that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You will pull up with your briz face to face. Yeah. But now the type of woman,
in my body,
100%. But the type of woman I am, not to be conceited, but I'm braga. So normal guys are not gonna pull up on me. People think my DMs are on fire. My DMs are dry. No one is saying, yo, what's good, Nadia? Unless yourself is. They're very not sure. They already look at me and think, okay, this is the type of woman that you are. Now, the ones that do have the goal, not the goal actually, because they're not even doing it themselves. The ones that have the thing that they think is going to make me look their way, still don't even have the confidence to pull up as a man. They're still pulling up with an Ace of Spades 1942 or a gay friend of mine that says, yo, can you hook me up with your girl? They still don't have that.
Don't you think it's also because that's what they were taught by women in their life?
Yes, so that's what I'm 100%.
So we're all fucking each other up.
100%. But that's what I thought. Like it became such a norm because there's like I definitely accepted the money. I definitely did. It was nice when I got the money, but I realized that there's no longevity here with these men because I was dealing with a low vibrational man because he was looking at me as a low vibrational woman. So I was seasonal. It was okay. I saw her. I gave her the money. This is the situation. Blah blah blah. But it never became longer. And then I got trapped in the fact of like, oh, this guy wants to get to know me. He might want to date me. This could be my husband. But in his head, he's like, girl, no. Like, I literally just want to have you for this
I'm a man. Yeah.
And I gave you this point.
And I gave you, exactly.
But then I get fried now because then I'll go to another country and I'll just be like, oh, these guys are here. Nothing. Okay, same thing. Oh, gosh, this guy could be my husband. What if he's like really amazing? He's not dating anyone. He offered me this money. Great. He's sustainable. He's going to be able to hold me down. Can't see. It never goes further than what it is because he actually seen me as a low vibrational woman as well. But now with the guy that sent me the cheesecake, that could have continued into a longevity type of relationship because it was based on.
What to talk about? It's like,
oh, the cheesecake. Yes.
It's like
You
where
don't
did
know
get that
how
idea, right?
you know how I was elated when he sent me that cheesecake. I was so beside myself. Like I could have just gone and hugged him.
Nadia.
I could have gone and hugged him because
Nadia's in a fantasy right now.
my life is a movie. I was so sprung off this man.
She's in a rom-com right now. She's in a rom-com.
I was so
But
sprung.
that
off
is
this
sad,
man.
but I'm
So
happy for you.
sad.
I'm happy for you, but
But it clicked
That
in that moment.
That is-
In that moment, I realized, Nadia, you've been so confused. You've actually really thought that the way that men are moving right now with you is what all men are doing.
okay, but like you said, you don't want to be conceited, right? I don't want to be conceited either, right? How come I've never fallen into that trap ever in my life? How come I've always been able to keep a perspective of, yeah, fuck you those. Like,
Okay.
what the fuck? They're all showing me that they want this, but fuck and that. And
Why
I
are you
can
saying fuck
do
that
it.
though?
Because why? Because I'm always going to compare any woman that I want to be with and take her off to my mom and her characters. My mom was on my bed, and I know how she moves. I know how her brain was like, and I'm gonna be thinking, imagine I bring this woman back to my mom, and I tell my mom the story of, I'm gonna be disgusted. You know, my mom's been through so much shit with my dad. That's the only type of person that I want. I want the type of person that I know she doesn't care about the money, you know? And I feel like that's when a man is at his happiest. When he's like, damn, when he looks at his wife or his girl and he truly knows that, yo, this girl without this money would still be here. Like for real. It might be a struggle. But I know deep down inside that when I don't have the money, she's like, okay, man, no problem. Like, okay, what are we doing? Like, what's the next meeting? Okay, shoot. Like, dog, that's all we want. All right. How come I've never been
So
like,
let me answer it. Okay, there's two folds to this that I think the reason why you've never been. You've never been because your currency is not actually currency. Your currency is your vapors. Some, not some, a lot of girls would want to be with you because you Tshego. When you walk into a room, there's a level of people, that you don't necessarily have to reward or get a girl's attention because you have money in the section. You're you. You know what I mean? Just the same way like if Ricky had to walk into a space or Keenan or Casper or Krista, all of them are married or whatever the case is, but you know what I mean? That can get a girl's attention and wants to be with you purely because you're a star, your personality, things, which is also not an authentic thing to do, you know? Then the other part of the situation that I feel is that not a lot of, the way that I was thinking is that not a lot of men want to be with a woman that reminds them of their mother, that has values, that holds them down. If you didn't have money, they would be gone. Because a lot of men use their money to control a woman. How many times have we seen amazing, beautiful women that were bubbling and then they hooked up with a rich man and they'd even disappeared off social media? Kifile herself, like we did a show together called Young, Famous and African. And she was in a situation, she said to me, she's like, this guy came to me because I was Kifile.
Who I was.
Who I was.
The vapors.
100%. And then when he came into the picture, he tried to free mother,
Take it
all the way down.
He took his money.
Yes, and stop doing all these things. Oh, now she had to go and do a brand partnership in France. It became a problem. Why are you going to France? What are you doing? You don't need to go there. Let me give you the money. Even like with niggas that I've dealt with before, they'll be like, I'll be like, oh babe, I have to go to a gig. I'm performing. Like, what are they performing? What are they paying you? They just give you the money, stay home. But it's not like that for me because I'm performing because one, I love it. Two, there's people that are working on commission. So when you're giving me money and I'm not going to that gig, there's more than people that are not eating
They're not getting paid,
that I actually care about.
I run a business.
100%. But the attention that you wanted on me was because I was braga.
Yeah.
You saw me in this space. But now that you got me, you want to actually silence me with your money. So that's what I'm saying, like, okay, you say that you would love to have a woman that reminds you of your mom that would be down for you even if the money's not there. But right now, no disrespect, but if you had money on that level, you might change your perspective. Because men actually want to deal with a woman that they can control, that doesn't stress them out, that doesn't do nonsense, that sits at home, that literally feeds their ambitions, feeds their starves their insecurities, don't do too much. Like, they love that. And eventually you could tap into that if you're sitting with millions in the bank.
I hear you, and that's,
you know what I mean?
And that's your opinion.
Yeah.
Right? That's your opinion.
Not saying you would, but
I'm saying you, I would never. There's no chance. I'm telling you right now, there's no chance. And I'm telling you because of how I was raised, right? only because of how I was raised. And I agreed with you because in someone else's household, they might not like their mother very much and might not look up to, and you guys never had those values in your family. So you don't know what the shit even looks like. I know what the fuck it looks like. You know what I mean? I know what it looks like to have a dad that is your rider, right there every day, taking you to school, picking you up from the parties, taking you to the parties. I know what it looks like to have a mom that gets you to go pierce your ears at 11 and you can talk about anything.
Yeah, your parents were there, bro.
I know what that looks like. That's why I will never settle for a honey that asks me or needs my money to give me what I saw my mom give my dad for free. Get what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. I could have billions in my account.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever be like, I think I'm too analytical. And every time I sit next to you to watch TV, I'd be like, goodness. I'm like, you know, if this shit was gone, I'm too real. I would just analyze everything. I would know that you're there for the money, so therefore I don't respect you like that.
Yeah.
But when I look on this side and I know deep down in my heart that, bro, if all this shit disappeared, this woman would actually help me hustle to try to get it all back. I'm going harder for you. That's when I'm really gonna put my life in the way.
I hear you, but that you saying it from a perspective of a woman that's coming to you or being with you because of the money. I'm saying like, yes, let's just say you are with a woman and she holds you down like that. She's always been that ride or die. And then you hit the jackpot. You will change. You will change, and
I'm not saying that I wouldn't change.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm still saying that I know myself so deeply that, you know, it's more of a spiritual thing. And that's why I think religion is so important when it comes to marriage and that kind of shit, because you can't lean on your own understanding, honestly, guys. We can try and sit on and write all these books, and we cannot lean on our own understanding. And no matter what, if I make a vow to this person and I'm like, yo, you're my rider, I know, dog, it doesn't matter what happens. We're going to change together. When we get this money, when I get this money, we get this money. And we're gonna change together.
Yeah.
I hope and I pray to God that she stays the same woman, in the sense that if this was to all disappear one day, that she's still that same woman.
But my thing is that it all disappears. I understand you saying hope that she's the same woman. But if it all materializes, do you think you'll still be the same man? You won't. And I know I know your personality.
But it depends what you're talking about, because I think it's very broad. So
in a sense of like what I've been trying to explain now is you'll be with a woman that rides for you the way that you want. Then you get into the cash now. There's things that you'll be uncomfortable with her doing that you will use now, the fact that you are the breadwinner of the house and it's big money.
No, I've always been like that.
I'm not saying your coins now. I'm saying like if you had to now become, of course you've always been soft.
I'm just saying, I would always tell her, hold on.
100%. But in you, me knowing you, you as you are now have done that. Have done that. Where
I don't want to get this wrong.
I don't want to get too personal. But where a partner of yours was moving in a certain dynamic before you arrived, and you didn't like the way she was moving, and you made her change the way that she was.
100%.
But that's what I'm saying. And that's without
being every relationship.
That's what I'm saying. Every man is like that.
And I feel like every man is
a man is like that. That's what I'm saying, that if you had to get the millions and billions, you would do it. You would 100%.
Don't go to work.
Very much so. That's what I'm saying. That is my point. You would. You 100% would. You would change. You would, because you're a man. You're the head of the household. You would not.
Let me tell you why I would offer it. But I have number one rule is I'll never tell you what.
100%.
I'll never.
You'll say, I don't like this.
I'll tell you I don't like it.
And yes, you don't end up with coins.
Even the way you're dressed, I'll tell you, babe, hey, I'm not really in love with that, right? And if you respect me like that, you're going to do something about it. Because if you expect to hit me with a, babe, I'm not really comfortable, then you expect me to do something about it. So there's mutual respect, right?
Yeah.
So if you leave the house enough times, maybe even the second time, I'll be like, nah, you're not.
Yeah.
Because clearly we're not on the same vision. The parts of where we're leading to.
But remember, it's your vision.
Right? It's my vision, 100%. Because you trust me to lead, but the only reason why I'm attracted to you, and the thing is, every relationship I've been in it, I've turned it into business.
You see, that's
every single
one
of them
is what I'm saying.
Because I'm like, babe, I thought having you sit, that shit doesn't turn me on. You know what I mean? That shit doesn't turn me on. I like women that are like, yo, I need a hustle, babe. What's up? Like, I like women that understand when I'm on. So when I'm like, babe, listen, I ain't gonna see you for 3 days. They're like, all right, cool, bet. You got the phone. shut, well, shut, you know?
But you might have a point.
I might go more extreme
If
with what
you
I'm
need
actually
able
with
to
that. I might go more extreme. Not
100%.
but become
more
extreme.
extreme. That's what I'm saying. And that boy comes.
Thank you.
That's 100% because men are just naturally inclined like that. So that's what I'm saying to you is that like it's so tricky for women. That's the one that's being pursued, the one that's being led, the one that's being guided to be in a situation where a man comes with you these gold bricks and not realize, oh shit, okay, maybe this guy is actually going to show me how much he will provide for me and lead for me. But actually, in that moment, you're not realizing how low vibrational that is because it's not from the standpoint of we were together, we were riding together, then I got the money. No, this is how they're coming at me to get my attention from the beginning. So that's why the cheesecake is very monumental for me.
It's such a big,
It's such a big thing.
it's
It's such a big thing because it's talking about what you're talking about. Having a hand that I can sit on this couch and know that if things go down for me, she'll ride for me.
Yeah.
And the way he approached me felt like that's what he would be about. But all I've been approached by is men with gold bricks saying, I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this for you.
Yeah, the way he approached you is him basically saying that I would like you to be that type of man. I would like you to be the hand that is okay with the fucking
cheesecake. Yes. And actually even, yes, 100% it's okay.
So he has a cheesecake and it's if you
like
like
the cheesecake, 100%. But he had the guts to do it. He had the guts to do it.
Yeah.
Because he might not have known who I am, but I definitely look high maintenance.
Yeah.
But he had the guts to do it. And then afterwards, he had the further guts to walk himself to my table and say, hi, can I please have your number? And that made me realize that, fuck,
I'm
around the wrong men.
around the wrong shit.
In such bad situation, I'm sitting in a G-Wagon thinking, oh, this is so great. I'm in this guy's car at the G-Wagon.
Yeah.
But realizing it's so low vibrational.
You know what I saw? I saw this on Instagram. I was watching a reel and this guy summed it up really fucking well. He said, listen, man. He said, you need to think about who you want besides you when you get the worst news of your fucking life. Because it's coming. Yeah, one day the doctor's gonna walk in or someone's gonna call you and say, yo, touch wood, your parents have passed away. It's gonna happen. One day the doctor's either gonna walk in to tell you or to tell your partner that your health
is not okay.
Something is crazy.
It's
crazy. So you need to think about who the fuck you want sitting next to you when you get that news and I was like,
but you see,
because no matter how much money.
No, but niggas that have money don't think like that. They think because I have money on
No, trust me.
Oh,
trust me. They do think like that, but they've given up. They're like, hey, I've got the money. That's too much effort, actually.
Yeah.
Too much effort.
To find out.
And also, they might be, you don't know, again, too many pillars. How were you raised? Maybe you were raised in a situation where you have no hope for that shit, you know? Or you saw also your mom and your dad was very transactional, so that's all you know, right? I don't know. The world has its ways, right?
Yeah, it's subjective to individuals.
If every man was to feel that, he would want that. Trust me. But also, some men, again, might just not be that type. They might be like, you know what, I'm too busy. I want the money. I want someone at home to raise my kids. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what the fuck she looks like. I'm gonna cheat anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, there's too many versions of the.
Of course, because we're human.
Yeah, because we're
100%. We're humans, but that's what I'm talking about. Is that, like, even what I just said now, like where I find myself a very low vibrational men, but because they have money, I think this is how it's working now. This is what we're doing now. But when you do find somebody that will be there for you in the thick of things, like I said, if that man has to get money, he will then change. And now I'm stuck with an individual that wants to control me because he has 10 million in the bank. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then that also breaks my heart to be like, okay, so the only way that we could both be happy with each other as each other and respect each other is if we both broke. And broke hustling for the rest of our lives. Hey. So anyway.
Some people can't survive without the money. Some people can't even love without anything in the bank. And I also get them.
Yeah, I also get them.
Like, I also get that.
Yeah.
So I think it's like, yo, every man for themselves, number one, your type is out there.
Yeah.
I gotta really talk about not my type.
Yeah.
Your type is out there. You'll date what you want to date, and you'll date at the capacity that you have the capacity for.
Yeah.
It's not even about wanting to. You have to have the capacity. What do you mean you want a high value man? What do you mean you want an emotionally intelligent man? Are you emotionally
But you see, I'm happy that you said high value.
Are you high value even within your spirit?
Yeah.
Fuck the monetary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're 100% right, because a lot of the men that are self-covering themselves right now, they calling themselves high-value men and not realizing that they call themselves high value, but they low vibration.
Yeah,
Because it's just
only
because of coins.
100%, yeah.
It's because of coins you think you're high value, or
Yeah.
success because you think you're
Yeah,
high value.
no.
But the person you are as an
You-
individual
individual.
inside here,
Yeah.
you're very low
That's-
vibrational,
yeah,
my guy.
yeah.
So that's why, like, when people say, "Oh, the men are self-covering themselves now, they're valuing themselves now," you're valuing yourself on a monetary level. Actually, you're not valuing yourself on the fact that
Not all of them. Not all of them. Not all of them. Because I value
not
myself
everyone.
very
But remember,
highly.
but
And we were
remember, it's
talking about earlier
subjective
that
for
that's it.
individuals.
Yeah,
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 individuals. So I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying all of them. Depends. But I'm saying, like, the ones that are cocky enough to say to women, "I'm a high value," and love themselves like that, most likely are running on a monetary, "I'm high value because I'm this guy and I'm this guy and I can do this," and it's actually a plus to date me, because not even it might even be money, might even be connections. Like, I know the president, or like, this is me. Like
I
you
am who I
said,
am.
I am who I am.
Yeah.
Not actually, who are you in here?
Yeah.
Because that's what is high
How
vibrational.
how do you treat people? How do you treat
people?
me? You know
Are
what
you
I
a good
mean?
person? Yeah.
100%, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, that most likely when you get to see if a person's vibrational in here is when they broke.
Yeah.
When there's
yeah.
there's no, because now you know
There's
there's no glitz and glam, and that's what I'm saying. Like with you,
Facts.
with you, your
Facts.
currency is your superstardom or whatever the case is.
Facts.
That also can make you say, "Yeah, I'm a high value man," because wherever I walk in, and I don't have to even book a table. They'll make space for me for Tshego.
Yeah.
But actually, you're showing your high value as an aesthetic, not actually your real vibration inside. So the ones that are actually not doing shit are the ones that are most likely to find someone that they can build their life with.
Let me tell you guys, me, I'm high value because I'm high value because I'm very expensive.
Why are you expensive?
And I came to this realization this year, no, December. I'm expensive because it takes someone who cares a lot to be. I'm expensive because it takes someone who is simple.
When you say expensive, what do you mean?
I mean expensive in spirit, and expensive in showing up, expensive in being emotionally intelligent, expensive in being intelligent, expensive in because so many people are just around because you think you're cute and you can hold a conversation. I cost way more than that. I realized, like, actually, I'm gonna need way more than that. I need you to be
Smart.
on a level where this can go somewhere, where you can raise some kids, where you can help me push my business, where I can come to you and actually be like, "Babe, I'm confused, man. Like, just help me, like, you know."
And she can give you real knowledge.
Actually, and I trust you.
Yeah.
And I trust your fucking opinion. So I realized, like, that's my expense. That's what it costs to be with you. And not a lot of people have that money in the bank. Trust me. Not a lot of people have that money. So that's why I'm high value. I feel like I'm very expensive, but only in the way that.
Sorry to interrupt you. I feel like, because I don't lose my train of thought. I hear what you're saying. You say you are high value because you want somebody that can help you.
No, not because I want someone, but because
you desire
spiritually.
You said it though. You said you want somebody that can give you insights. I'm repeating what you said. Yeah, giving you insight.
But I don't want to.
It's desire, or
but
the
I
person
wanna
that you
use those
see
words, but
yourself
yeah,
with.
yeah.
Maybe the wrong words, but what I'm saying, I'm repeating what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, let me say it again. I'm forgetting my train of thought.
Go.
I forgot now.
I remember.
What I was saying. Oh yeah, but I was saying, when you're saying that you're expensive, I feel like you saying you're expensive is the wrong terminology of what you're trying to say, because when you're saying yes, it's we humans. When I'm saying this, I'm not saying you. I'm saying, like, but like, it's fine now. Okay, I forgot what I said. Fine.
Okay, sorry about that. But let me maybe change my words, not for your sake, but let me put it like this, just so you know. When I say that I'm expensive, I mean it's gonna cost you. It's going to cost you, just like it cost that guy. It costs. What does it cost for a man to get you in a rom-com? It costs him thinking, listen, fuck the water.
So why does it cost me?
It cannot
No, I'm saying, I know, like, I hear you. Yes, I'm saying.
And it costs
Like,
me,
if I wanted you, how does it cost me? Because you're expensive.
because these are my standards. And I'm
100%.
expensive in this way. I'm expensive in the way that, listen, I don't want someone that goes to the clubs, right? That might be cost a lot for someone. Like, yo, for me to sit at home, that's a lot. Yeah, I cost a lot. You get what I'm saying? I need someone that, is like this with money. Yeah. It costs a lot,
To be
on a
there.
human level.
So there's a lot of sacrifice that has to be sitting on the woman to be with you.
And it's going to take a lot of sacrifice from myself.
That's what I was trying to get
I'm also
to.
going to
Sacrifice for her.
let's not even call it sacrifice, but it's a cost that I'm willing to pay. I'm going to
To
pay
do.
this cost. And if you're like, yo, I need you to make me feel safe. I need you to make me feel like, if You can provide on a level. This is what it costs me.
Yeah.
To be with a woman like you.
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Some people's costs are more on the monetary.
Yeah.
Mine are more on a human level.
Yeah.
The doctor walks into the room and tells me, yo, you have a monster liver.
Touch wood. Yeah.
Touch wood. Who do I want to the next thing?
Yeah.
It costs a certain amount to sit in that chair. That's all I'm saying. And that's where my value comes.
I don't like the way that you phrasing it. I'm not gonna lie.
That's
because
you.
I know.
I love the way.
Yeah, I hate it because the way that you're saying it, like you going through a hard situation, but it costs her to be at that table, to be there for you.
First of all, it
I
costs
like that.
everyone. No, first of all,
I like that. I don't like the terminology. It's weird.
We already established that it costs everyone, and it's just an analogy. And remember, it costs everyone. It costs me to sit next to you. I have to be a caring person. I have to be kind. I have to be respectful. These are costs, right? Some people it costs a lot. For me, it's easy. For me, I'm like, I've got a lot of that in the bank. Here's your respect. Here's your gentlemanliness. Here's me opening the car for you, the door for you. I've got a lot of that in the bank.
Yeah.
People have a lot of that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I get you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it when you.
I'm talking about shit other than money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
For me, it costs a lot on a human level.
Yeah.
You have to be a quality human being.
Okay.
To be with me.
Yeah.
I realize like I'm actually expensive on a human level.
Yeah.
You know? So I hope it sounds better now.
It sounds a little bit better, but I still have to. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to the That Bean. This is officially season 2. Yeah. Make sure you like and subscribe and share with your people and let us know what you think about this conversation with Tshego and I. And yeah, look forward to new episodes coming soon. Love you guys. Shout out to the Shiva Delicious Cannabis Plus. You guys are fine.
Yeah. Okay, guys.
Bye.